Well, I love this ribbon, but I need to rethink it because it's leaving glitter everywhere. Disappointing. It's really pretty. Cry rivers of tears. So now I got to rethink the ribbon.
0, 1. Let's get started.
Okay, so this is the binder, and it sticks out just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to put, I believe I will put tabs on the side. Like this will be writing boards, and then you can flip through. And then the next section, bookmarks. And for this, I think I'm going to just sew up the middle. Possibly, I don't know. They just, I don't want to make them tight in there. So either that, or I'm just going to put a paper clip at the bottom, just to keep them separate and not keep moving over like that as they're in here. I just don't think I have enough room for sewing that part, but I can sew. Cut this down, at least in the front, and then sew a few channels to put the bookmarks in, and then this will say bookmarks, and then I don't know, I have more writing boards to put in and fill it in, and so then this will lay on the sale table in a cradle. Well, I want to make a cover for it, and I'm going to use the quilt. Let me show you the quilt. Okay, so I got this quilt for roughly $6 at the thrift store. It was laying on a table in the furniture department. It was just like plopped there. And I was passing by, and my husband was with me, and he goes, "Hey, look at that." And I went, "Oh, grab it, put it in the cart. And when I got back from the restroom, I said, "How much is that?" And it was like, I don't know, $6.99 or some foolish price. And I'm getting it. So I'm going to take some of this, because there are some rips in it and things. I'm going to take this and use it for the cover of that album I just showed you. So this is my next project. Okay, now along with that quilt, I'm just going to make like a book cover for this. Nothing permanent, it can come off. But for this particular thing, I'm going to take some of this ribbon. I got this at Savers for, does that say $8.99? Yeah, I'm not sure if this was a half price or something. I don't know. I like to tell myself it was, but I just thought it was a good price for some really pretty and wide ribbon. Let's take this off for a sec. Yeah, so it's a very, look at that. Oh my, this will last me years. Look at that. It's got wire in it. Usually when I use ribbon, I take the wire out, but this time I believe I'm going to leave it in, and I'm going to take it and scrunch it, and as I'll make the cover, and then I'm going to scrunch this, and I want it to show on the other side. So either take it and scrunch it, and it'll like halfway on the other side, so when it's open you can still see, this ribbon, and just scrunch it up like that. And then of course there'll be a lining in here, not the quilt, but a different piece of fabric, which I'm still figuring out what that will be. So this is my next project, and I will have to sew it off camera, but I will be back to show you the results. I'm going to show you now the cut down. Now my aesthetic is raw edge, and I try to incorporate that often in my artistic endeavors. So I have the cover, I have some burlap to hold it into the cover. These will be pockets. I plan to put little make up little flyers, brochures or something, you know, that somebody can take. This is what I do, you know. Now the problem right here is that this is pink and everything else is a cream or a white. This is the back. I'll cut that down later, and then I'm going to put that ribbon around. I may just do it on the sides and not the bottom. I don't know. I'm still working that out in my head. This will all be hand sewn as I watch television. Now I want to put some washi tape. There's some washi tape. Different washi tape. Now, oh, that's nice. I'm going to put some washi tape to cover up the pink. I don't think this is a good choice. These are all stamped, so the orientation is up and down. That's not really going to work. We come back to this. I like this. I'm just going to use this. And what I'll do is put it, there's the pink, just a bit past the pink, and then flip it around. And I'm going to use double-sided tape to make sure, you know, a better grip than just the washi tape, because we all know we love washi tape, but washi tape doesn't want to stick a lot of times and stay, especially when you're using it for something other than just on a page. Let me show you now. I'll just put this here to here. Okay. Try to burnish that in a bit. Hardest part is getting it to stick and then to release the paper. Release. There we go. I love this mushroom washi tape. How far did we go? Sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. I just want to, it's down a little bit further. Oh sure, make a lawyer out of me. It doesn't stick. Yes it does. Okay. Just go. And if it lifts up as it's being looked at, I will just restick it. I'll fill it down there. Okay. Yeah, get off the strings. Alright, that's better. Yeah, you can still see the pink, but it's muted, so that's fine. Now I am hopefully getting to some thrift stores this weekend so that I can find a book cradle, and if I can't, I will have to order it. But I am hoping that maybe I can find one. I've seen them before, you know, and I'm like, oh, isn't that cool? And I'm like, oh, what would I ever use that for? Ha. Okay. Push this down. No, I've haven't seen really. I've seen a couple of things. Have seen. Okay, here's what I have seen on videos of people that sell journals at vendor marketing. They use a plate stand. I have one of those. I will use. Let's see. How far? But some of my journals are not wide enough to sit in a plate stand, and so I've had to come up with things over the last couple of years. And as far as putting up bookmarks and things, I want my table to look, my selling points to look a bit more well, I don't know, organic is like an overused term, but if I say that, that might give you a better idea. Just more natural with the wood and the baskets and fabric to make it just a little less. I want it to be more cozy, homey. I have this vision in my head, just not so much, hey, it's a store and I put it in, you know, a tent. I put it under a tent. I like people's setups that look professional. I'm just not that type of person. I want it to be more, oh, you've come into, you know, my studio space, and here's you know, things. Anyway, I'm gonna go sew this down. I'll show you what it looks like. Well, I got it sewn and put it on just to get a look at it. It's too big to open up. Let me scooch this up so I can get further up. Well, I love this ribbon, but I need to rethink it because it's leaving glitter everywhere. Disappointing. It's really pretty. Cry rivers of tears. So now I got to rethink the ribbon. All right, I have finished my crazy ruffle on the edges. Now the fun part is getting it back onto the binder. All right. Yeah. Okay, there There we go. Let's show you this side. There's a pocket. And I just have some things in here for now. These are my things I use to make my tabs on my writing boards. And this is the rest of the clear pocket page protectors I had left, so I just put them in there. So, let's see, are we wide enough? There's a lot of junk on the sides. This is all I have left. I took a strip from a duvet and I went about 3 inches below the button, you know, where the buttons are on the bottom. Cut a strip all the way to the top of the seam. It was a, I believe, queen size. Got it, of course, at the thrift store. Move that out of the way. So I can get this up here. Too much stuff. I gotta clean my desk. This desk, this table, this whatever you want to call it. Oh, there's a pen. Okay. The place where I record. All right, so here's the ruffle now. It comes over into the pocket sleeve. What do we call this? Sleeve. Comes over into there. And then it comes over here, and I pulled it over so that it wouldn't cover up the pockets. Right. And so we'll have the, get rid of that. Have the bookmarks, which need to be corralled in there. I'm either going to sew down on the sewing machine or I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. Probably sew down on the sewing machine. These are my bigger bookmarks. And for these, I'm going to put a paper clip either at the top or the bottom or both, just to keep them from, like you see here, moving around on each other. This is to display for at a market or craft fair or whatever you want to call it, so that I'm going to get a cradle, so it'd be like this a bit, and then just flip through and pick out what you would like to purchase. Yes, please. And they just, you know, it's not the perfect setup, but you know, it is unusual, and hopefully it'll catch the eye. Well, what the heck is this going on here? We'll see. Anyway, my bookmarks and my writing boards, which are laminated and slip like the dickens all over the place, are now corralled. This is the, I don't know, offset wonky. I hand sewed it all on with the raw edge sticking out. And the cover is made from a quilted quilt. I can't tell if it was handmade or, yeah, I guess it was, because there's no tag, you know, there was never any tag on it. I think it was handmade. These are all zigzag stitched on. It's very pretty, and I was glad to get it. This was a piece, every few blocks was this that looks like a tablecloth. That's what makes me think it was handmade. and somebody didn't want it anymore, and it ended up at the thrift store, and somebody had picked it up, and then they didn't want it and dropped it on a table in the furniture department, and I grabbed it, even though it had some dirt on it, and it had a couple of tears. I loved it, and I could see it, you know, being reused into other projects like this, and I love it. I love the spray of the leaves, you know, coming out, and little bit of the circle here. But yeah, so giving it a second life, and it's helping me out, and hopefully it will help me out when I have my craft fair. Okay, thanks for joining me. See you soon. Bye for now.